So don't be mad at me.
Oh boy.
But there's an estate sale on Saturday.
Which Saturday?
This Saturday.
This snowstorm Saturday.
Governor Murphy has declared a state of emergency.
The Jersey Shore is under a blizzard warning, and wind gusts are a major concern.
Yeah, it's supposed to snow, but I had a lot of fun at the last sale, and I emailed ahead. They were giving out numbers if you emailed them, and I got numbers 9 for both of us. You'll have to take a look at the listing. It's hard to tell.
Anything
like,
good?
Okay, but like sort of hard to tell. Like,
yeah,
I can't even tell what's in
what
there.
is that? Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's almost like it could be something, you know? Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe.
So, like, maybe if like the roads are okay. It starts at 10. It starts at 10.
We're gonna get a lot of snow, and yeah, I'm gonna need more convincing. I'm gonna have to look at those pictures a little harder.
I mean, the pictures aren't too convincing, but I have a feeling about it. I don't know. I'll wake up early tomorrow and see how the roads look. They haven't said anything about canceling, so I might still be on.
All right, I'll have to see. So, Laura,
Yes.
it's a little later than expected. Is
we're
the
not
sale?
going.
Oh,
It snowed. We got like 4 inches, but like it might still be on tomorrow, so maybe tomorrow. But it didn't look that good anyway, so we might be going thrifting. I don't know.
we don't know because they canceled the sale. It's like
Today.
Yeah, they canceled the sale
So
today.
we have to see about tomorrow if like the roads are okay. I'm hoping, but like I don't know. It didn't seem like amazing, so
Yeah, well, we'll
I'm
see.
not too disappointed.
She's making a latte though.
I am. I'm making a mess. The estate sale company honored our numbers of 9. We headed in and we really didn't know what to expect, guys. This house looked like something out of a fairy tale. It was so cool. We didn't know until we went in that there were actually 3 floors to uncover. So when we first enter in, unbeknownst to us, we really thought that there were only like 2 floors, and this room was filled with holiday. So I assumed that this was the only holiday in the house. I thought maybe the company had maybe put all the holiday items in this one room. So I started searching here first, of course, and I'm looking for anything that is from the mid-centuries through the early 70s, so 1950s or even earlier through the 70s. And I do start to spot some older Christmas. A lot of the stuff in this room was newer from like the 80s or so. I came across this second room that Janine was actually already in, and it looked like Easter to me. I was really looking for Halloween, but as you guys can see, there was so much to go through.
So I'm in this room with a lot of Easter, a lot of newer stuff, but I find these little picks, and these picks are probably like from the 60s, so I know that I can dig a little bit deeper and try to find some older Easter things.
Laura here, and we're back in that first room looking for more vintage Christmas. I come across a lot of things from the 80s, and you know, I didn't realize at the time, but there were a lot of these puffalumps. What are they called, Janine?
There's some puffalumps, there's some knockoff puffalumps, but there are some Christmas puffalumps that go for some money. I wish I saw that.
We missed the mark on that one, but you know, I'm really after those vintage pieces. But I'm continuing, and I'm hopeful that we are going to find some treasures. I then come across this really interesting felt piece, which is typical of the 50s and 60s, but it has Mickey Mouse on it, guys. I was so intrigued, I put it right into my bag and kept searching. Now, this is definitely a digger's sale. Everything was basically untouched. It was a time capsule. You guys will see later in the video. It's just amazing what we came across. And we are expected to dig at this estate sale. It is run by a company who, you know, the bigger your pile, the better your price. And we know that these videos can be, you know, a little difficult for some to watch because this is somebody's memories in this box that I'm going through. But we do try to treat everything with respect. And we do love to see just the memories and the, you know, lives behind these items and be able to pass them on to people who will continue to cherish them. So I did come across these really cool ornaments, very old, but the lion's face was coming off, so I put him back. I continued digging in this box and in this room for some time because at this point I really had no idea what the rest of the house held. I thought maybe this could be the only Christmas in the house. I come across this ceramic, but notice his hand is missing, so I put that guy back. And do you guys see that little Santa on the left side? I wish I had seen him. It's amazing what you miss when you're just, there's so much. It's quite overwhelming to see everything all at once. There's a little Snoopy guy here on a plane. But I continue on because I know that there are some other boxes and perhaps we'll find something amazing. I spotted this really interesting mobile and it had these little cotton spun head figurines, so I put them right into my bag. And then I continue on into this box where I'm hopeful that I'll find more cotton spun little figurines. These guys were made in the 50s and 60s. They're pretty collectible and, sort of hard to find. You don't come across them too often at an estate sale. They were easily broken. I find this little Santa and he's made out of styrofoam. He might have been a crafting piece, but I noticed his condition. I was really upset, so I put him back. I wish he had been in better condition because he was just really cute.
I almost didn't open this box, but I'm so glad that I did. Look at that face. This is the third time we have found this awesome snowman.
So I head back into this room that Janine is still poking around in. Janine, is this where you found that snowman?
Yeah, I found the snowman right in the beginning of that big pile right there.
That's amazing. So I'm hopeful that I might come across some things too. I'm looking around. I'm like, where's the Halloween, guys? I see a lot of Easter. I see a lot of Christmas. More puffalumps. But I'm like, there's got to be some Halloween here. There was in the picture, right? So I go towards the mantle. There's this really cool piñata of a panda. But then something catches my eyes. I'm like, wait, what? These are incredible, guys. I was so excited to see these. I almost didn't pick them up because of those little straw feet. They almost looked like something from Michael's from a few years ago. But these are really rare and special. I can't wait to show you. In another room, I don't know if you know, Janine, there was a pile of plush just on the floor. It was a little interesting. But I poked around and looked at some of the dolls. They weren't in the best condition. I don't know why they were just in a pile, but it was still fun to look at. There were a lot of Barbies and, Holly Hobby, and just poked around in case there was, what if there was a Rushton Santa doll under there?
Man, I wish.
You never know.
And now we're heading to the next floor, and this is where it really kind of changes the game. We did not expect to find all of this stuff upstairs.
Yeah, there were so many rooms to go through, and I head into this main master bedroom first. And my strategy at estate sales is to just take a glance at everything at first, see if anything catches my eye. And I was mainly seeing clothes and older, or rather newer patterned crafting supplies in this bedroom. So nothing stood out to me. I decided to head out and see if there was anything better in some other rooms. I head into this next room, which was really interesting. It was actually like a library. This woman and this family had so many magazines and books. It was incredible. But then I came across a ceramic just in the room randomly. It was an amazing sale. And I thought this was really interesting too. It was almost placed there for me. It was a bunch of vintage Christmas crafting magazines, family circles from the 1960s, just in a pile on the floor. I was like, wait, there's going to be some good stuff at this estate sale. I can feel it. So I looked through the pile and these are just so fabulous. Just different crafting magazines.
And they're in great condition for paper.
Great condition. At this point, I'm like, do I just grab them all? I think my bag ended up weighing 50 pounds by the end of the sale.
It was pretty heavy.
I'm looking through some of the other magazines. We could have spent so many hours here, but I decided to pick up the pile that was on the floor that was almost placed there for me and head into this dining room area where I spot some ceramics just in a shoebox on a chair. It was just there for me again. So those ceramic Christmas angels are from the 50s and 60s, made in Japan, pretty sought after. And if you guys know girly candles, they're great too. I just kept coming across so many girly angel candles in this box, and some of them have stamps on the bottom, and that's how you can identify a girly candle, but they also have a very identifiable look if you're just familiar with them. So I kept looking in this box and came across, I don't know, 6 or more. It was amazing.
At this point, I'm still downstairs. It's a bit wild, but look what I came across. These are vintage cotton spun party picks. I think this is Abraham Lincoln. What a cool President's Day find. But I keep looking because I'm like, well, if there's one, maybe there's more. And look, I found some turkeys. So I keep on digging. I was hoping there would be some Halloween or something, but there wasn't.
It's Laura again. I'm in the kitchen now, which was upstairs. Interesting layout. And I'm just like a bit overwhelmed. I look around and I spot some napkins. Now, napkins, surprisingly, if they have good graphics on them and they're older from the 50s through the 70s, they can sell. It's really quite amazing. People love decorating with them. So I'm getting really excited at this point. I'm looking at all the different napkins and, it's hard because, again, we don't know how this estate sale is going to price everything out. Do I grab all of them? Do I just grab the one I really like? My bag's getting really heavy. It's some hard decisions here, but I looked through them and I just grabbed the one napkins with the really vintage looking Santa face on it. I turn around in the kitchen and I don't know, guys, just like on the counter right here. Do you see what I see? It is a really old, probably from like the 40s or 50s Christmas centerpiece. It's amazing. I was just in awe. It was just sitting there. I was like, is there any more? But I did spot something out of the corner of my eye. I don't know if you guys see it yet. It was a little container full of Denison seals, which are sort of like stickers. Pretty collectible from the 50s and 60s. I just grabbed the whole thing, put it in my bag. This was like the living room off of the kitchen. So amazing. There were just hats on the ceilings, just so many tchotchkes. I came across another box of Christmas and found these really cute deer, a little snowman head. There was just Christmas everywhere. And what was interesting was that the older stuff wasn't in that first room. It was really throughout the entire home. I found some little miniature deer and I put that in my bag. I was just so excited. I did see these, string lights with the reflectors on them, and I thought about taking them and, fixing them up. I thought about it for a long time off camera, but I decided to put them behind. They would need a lot of work and it would take a lot of time. So I'm digging. I take this off of the bag just to get a better look at what's inside. I found some amazing things at the bottom of boxes, so I always suggest, looking through the entire box carefully and seeing what you can find. And I spot this and I'm like, knee hugger? And then I put two and two together, literally. And I'm like, it's a knee hugger snowman. I was so excited. I don't collect, but I thought you guys would really enjoy looking at these vintage cookbooks. These are really old and just amazing ephemera, probably from, these are old, the 30s through the 50s, 250 ways to serve potatoes, right up my alley. I just love the graphics on these. A lot of people collect them to display or to even just look through or even for the recipes themselves. But they were really in great condition for the most part and just fun to look at. This is yet another room that we came across. There must have been, how many rooms, Janine?
Oh man, 10 plus maybe?
It was insane. And as you guys can see, like, this is the condition it was in when we came to the sale. There's my foot. I really didn't have much room to, move around and see everything even. But I did come across this pumpkin. Unfortunately, he was broken. So I did have to leave him behind. But just, there was so much, it was overwhelming at times. There was new mixed with old, and it was just incredible.
Janine again, and I saw this inflatable. I knew right away by looking at that haircut that this had to be one of the Beatles, and if you look on his guitar, it says George Harrison.
And in yet another room, I came across these amazing, almost new old stock party favors and kids' toys, old clickers, from party favors and birthdays, and it was just amazing. That's my bag over there. It is filled to the brim, and I just couldn't believe it. Like, this is an estate sale that I could only dream of, and this just really icing on the cake. That was incredible to find. Sorry to cut off the footage, guys, but Janine, there's just so much.
Too much.
Too much for one video. You guys are gonna have to come back on Friday. We have more footage of us going through the estate sale.
As well as the haul. We spent 3 hours at this sale, and we could have spent 3 more.
And in addition to that, we didn't film everything we found.
No, it was impossible to.
It literally was. So thanks for joining us, guys. We can't wait to see you on Friday and show you the haul.
Yes, so stay tuned and see you later. Bye!